So, you're here to find your perfect League of Legends dream match, are you, Syndra?
I don't really know why I'm here. Last thing I remember is being at my home. How did I even get here?
Wonderful. Now let's see who we've determined is your match made in Legends.
Okay.
And your match is... Zed, the Master of Shadows.
He's kinda cute, I guess. I mean, I heard of him, but it's not like I can really see his face.
Valid point. Zed here is a ninja who enjoys the simple things in life. He spends his days training his body and playing rock, paper, scissors with his shadows.
Wow, that last part is actually kinda sad.
He also possesses a forbidden ninja art and has an insatiable thirst for power that fuels him to push himself past his limits.
Really?
So Zed, do you think you have what it takes to be Syndra's significant other?
Who are you?
Fascinating. So let's find out if you have the potential to be Syndra's match made in Legends. What happened to this channel? Alright Zed, I'm gonna tell it to you straight. Attraction has been studied significantly in psychology, but me teaching you everything about it won't guarantee you the heart of the lovely Syndra. That is entirely up to you and your skill. Got it?
Why am I here?
Glad to hear it. Now let's jump straight into what's been dubbed as the laws of attraction, and see how you fare in each one. Take it away, Nimbus.
Yeah, sure. I don't remember giving anyone permission to have another show on my channel. But yeah, I can say something about the psychology of attraction. So the first law. Oh, and a disclaimer, there's no real order to these laws. I'm just giving them an order for the sake of the video. And also, the term law is kind of like a flavor word. It's not like these are laws written down by the universe or something like that. It's just that when studying attraction, these categories come up consistently as contributing factors to attraction. So it's kind of like a law, but it's just stuff that has been consistently observed in the psychology field. So yeah, the first law. Physical attraction. People are attracted to what they find to be aesthetically pleasing. It's an immediate response. By that I mean you can tell pretty much at first glance when you're attracted to something based on appearance alone. In fact, we humans tend to believe that what we find beautiful is good in non-physical ways as well, such as personality and morals. There was a study conducted in 1972 by psychologists Dion, Bursteed, and Walster, in which they showed different photos of different people to college students. Their students rated the attractiveness of the person in each photo and then were asked to rate them in categories regarding to their personalities, such as how genuine, sincere, or outgoing they were. They found that photos that scored high in attractiveness also scored high in the other categories, meaning the students assumed that the people who they found attractive in the photos were also people with good character traits, despite the fact that they never even met them. This is known as the halo effect, when an impression from one area influences our opinion of another. Basically, we tend to assume that the people we find attractive are also good people, which only helps to boost our attraction to them.
Well Zed, it looks like things aren't looking good for you so far. I mean, you can clearly see that Syndra is a beautiful young lady.
Aww.
But you're covered from head to toe in your armor. Do you expect Syndra to just be attracted to your armor? Zed, what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, shouldn't a relationship be more than just physical attraction?
Aha, so what you're saying is you might be able to make up for it in the second law of attraction. Nimbus, enlighten us please.
Yeah, sure thing, guy that I never met but sounds a lot like me. The second law of attraction is mental attraction. This refers to being attracted to the personality of the person. This one predicts the longevity of a relationship more than physical attraction. In 1986, psychologists Buss and Barnes surveyed both married couples and unmarried individuals. They asked them what their preferences were in a mate. Married couples were given a list of 76 characteristics, and the top 10 that were chosen all related to having a warm and pleasant personality. They chose traits such as being considerate, honest, affectionate, dependable. You get the picture. The participants that were single also chose personality traits that fell within the same dimension: kind and understanding. So people tend to be attracted to the personality of the person, especially when it comes to finding someone to marry.
Exactly, so tell us about yourself, Zed. We'll be sure to add talkative to your resume, but here's a list of the personality traits that we got from his story.
Perseverant, passionate, resilient. Wow.
You may have a chance after all, Zed, but let's see how you do with the next one. Nimbus?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that what's going on here is kidnapping. But anyways, the next one is proximity. This one is fairly simple. You need to be seen in order to attract people, so it's very beneficial for you to be relatively close by to whoever you're trying to attract. In 1932, James Bossard examined the locations of Philadelphia residents who applied for marriage licenses. He found that out of the 5,000 registered married couples, a sixth of them, which roughly equates to 833 couples, lived 1 block from each other before they were married. 1/3 of them, which roughly is 1,666 couples, lived 5 or less blocks from each other before marriage. There seems to be some sort of correlation between proximity and marriage. So basically, the closer you are to someone physically, the more likely you are to attract them.
So tell us, Zed, where are you from?
Ionia.
Hey, so am I.
Are you really?
Well, technically.
Technically.
I kinda lifted my temple into the sky above Ionia.
That was you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, I'm glad to see you two getting along, you know, breaking the ice and whatnot. Very nice, but Ionia is an entire island, Zed. Could you be more specific?
You really just expect me to tell you the location of my secret ninja order?
You lead a ninja order?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay then, well you guys definitely have a chance with this law of attraction, but Ionia is a big place, so maybe exchange your info later or something. I don't know. Moving on, Nimbus.
What do you call for kidnapping in Ionia? Right, the next one. Exposure/familiarity. Exposure is obviously a result of proximity. You're exposing yourself to the person, and I don't mean exposure in a negative way like some YouTubers try to do. Exposure leads to recognition. The person is able to recognize you after being exposed to you repeatedly. Recognition then leads to familiarity. When you become familiar to a person, it's easier for you to attract them. Robert Zayance exposed students to different Chinese characters in his experiment. The students didn't understand Chinese, obviously. As he presented these characters to them, he frequently repeated certain characters more than others, and some he just didn't repeat at all. The students showed more positive favor towards the Chinese symbols that were repeated to them and believed they had a positive meaning to them, even though they were just gibberish. This is known as the mere exposure effect. The mere exposure effect is a psychological phenomenon where people begin to develop a preference for something simply because it's familiar to them. It's quite fascinating, but in short, this effect explains this law of attraction. People can become more attracted to you simply by becoming familiar with you after repeated exposure.
So Zed, you're gonna have to spend more time with Syndra if you want to increase your chances in this one.
I don't remember signing up to be here in the first place.
So you don't want to go out with Syndra?
I never said that.
Good, because your chances increased tremendously thanks to the final law of attraction. Tell us why, Nimbus.
I'm still trying to figure out how you got into my channel. But he is right, Zed. This last one explains why everyone ships the two of you together. The final law of attraction. Similarity. People are more attracted to others that are similar to themselves, similar in beliefs, attitudes, interests, and values. Don Byrne conducted a study in which students had to fill out a 26-item attitude survey. Attitude surveys assess a person's feelings toward a certain topic. After the students filled out their surveys, the experimenters created false survey answers. Some were similar to the real surveys and others weren't. The participants were given these fake survey results to read. These students didn't know they were fake. Instead, they were told that these were results from other students. When asked to rate the fake surveys, they found that students rated the fake surveys that were closely similar to their own very positively. They even went as far as to predict that the fake students were more intelligent, knowledgeable, and moral. There's that halo effect again. These students started giving positive traits to other students they never even met, simply because they had similar results. Therefore, it stands to reason that you have a higher chance of attracting someone if you're similar to them.
Exactly, and the two of you have a lot in common.
We do?
We do?
You do. Pay attention to Syndra's story, Zed. Nimbus?
Sure, Born with immense magical potential, Syndra loves nothing more than exercising the incredible power at her command. When she was younger, Syndra's reckless use of magic terrified the elders of her village. They took her to a remote temple, leaving her in the care of an old mage. Syndra was first excited to learn that the temple was a place to develop her talent. However, she felt betrayed by the mage for restricting Syndra's magic in order to help her learn restraint. The old mage warned Syndra that he would completely nullify her powers if she did not obey. Furious, she summoned her power and dashed the old man against the walls. With her mentor dead, Syndra felt the rush of her unbounded potential for the first time in years. Pushing the boundaries of her magic, she tore the structure from its foundations and raised it into the sky.
So, does any of that sound familiar to you, Zed?
Too familiar.
Really?
You see, I thought it would. Syndra, here's Zed's story for you.
Zed is the first ninja in 200 years to unlock the ancient forbidden ways. As a child, Zed was an orphan taken in by a great ninja master. He trained to be the best, but one student appeared to be Zed's equal, the master's son, Shet. Frustrated and jealous, he sought an advantage and found it in a foreboding box. Sensing the dark knowledge within, Zed knew he should not open it, but he peered inside nonetheless. In an instant, shadows touched his mind, revealing techniques that had long been hidden. With this secret edge, he finally defeated the master's son, but was then banished for using forbidden techniques. Zed wandered for years, honing his skills and teaching others in the style of the shadows. But in order to perfect his technique, Zed needed the box that bestowed him such power. He led his students back to his former home and seized it as his own.
So, you guys see the similarities now?
We both had an old master that kept us from our true power.
And we both took over our former temples.
And we both reject any notion of restraint.
Balance is for the weak. Tearing your temple into the sky like that, it's an amazing display of power. If you're not too busy, I'd love to see it.
I might do that, but only if you show me your secret ninja order.
I think I can trust you.
Ain't it beautiful?
Yeah, and according to psychology, it's a ship that's really possible. I'm happy for them. But, who are you? How'd you get into my channel?
Maybe I'll tell you in the future. Or maybe not. That depends entirely on your audience. I'll be seeing ya.
Huh. So I guess what he's saying is if you guys enjoyed the video like this, then maybe he'll come back in the future. I mean, I don't really care if he comes back that much, but he did set this whole thing up. So if you guys are actually interested in seeing him again in the future, then maybe he'll come back and do another shipping. I don't know. You guys let me know. I've got other stuff to look up in the meantime. So I'll be seeing you. And as always, my people, thanks for watching.